I know you. You are an astute investor in the precious metals mining sector. Above average intelligence, but are you also an average American? None of us wants to be completely average, but let's take a look at some very interesting news that came out this morning regarding what the average American family, what they've been doing over the last couple months from a financial perspective, and it's pretty alarming. Let's dig in right now. I want to share with you what the average American is doing and see if you're doing the same thing. Savings rate is at a 5-year low. Americans are eating through their savings to pay for their day-to-day living expenses. Are you doing that? Are you dipping into your savings to put gas in your car, to put food in your stomach, to pay for your housing and your other needs? Because if you are, that's average. That's what's going on. But what's even more alarming about this statistic, I'm going to tell you that next. But first, I want to say thank you for joining me here in the basement. You're always welcome here. You're never alone. I know it can be scary and lonely, especially if you're invested in the precious metal mining sector. So know that you're always welcome here. You can subscribe to my channel, give the video a thumbs up, hit the bell notification. That way you'll get alerted every time I put out a new video. Now, what's the second part to this data that we got today that I think is super, super scary? So while Americans have the lowest savings rate in 5 years, they also are racking up consumer credit at decades high rate, decades high level. They're borrowing money on their Visa, their MasterCard, their Discover card. They're using revolving credit, which has a very, very high interest rate, to fund the food in their stomach, the gas in their car, and the roof over their head. That spells big, big trouble as we move into the coming quarters, the coming years. Eventually, that availability of revolving credit, guess what? That dries up, especially since it's being accessed right now at a record pace. So while things are so confusing right now and very difficult for those of us who've invested in real money, gold, silver, and the precious metal mining stocks, there's going to be trouble coming down the road. Mathematically, it's impossible to be avoided. So while we look at all this confusion and uncertainty that's around us, remember, gold and silver have always been a safe haven asset. I even heard that Susie Orman lady mention that in a recent article I was reading last night. You know, that's like a mainstream financial person. And in this article, it talked about how silver and gold are a, centuries old store of value and that they do well during times of uncertainty. One thing for sure, we're going to find out what happens. Number two, I'm going to be here with you through it all, thick and thin, good or bad. We'll ride this out. We will survive. Thank you for being here. And until next time, you be well.